A new approach by the Palmyra Police Department after it says teens have been terrorizing the village. After arresting the same teens multiple times, officers went after their legal guardians, who in this case happened to be their grandparents, charging them with endangering the welfare of a child. Our Marcia Augustin spoke to the police and the families and has reaction to these controversial arrests.
What do you think police need to do in order to handle this? Because their hands are pretty much tied right now, they're telling me.
Well, not arrest me. I didn't do it.
Janet Heaven says her 13-year-old grandchild and 14-year-old friend were arrested for criminal mischief and criminal trespass. The teens, she says, are accused of breaking into a couple of trailers.
Yeah, they shouldn't have been doing what they were doing, but why am I getting arrested?
She says it doesn't make sense why she would be arrested for something she didn't do. It's embarrassing.
I was pissed. And then I have to go to court on the 21st. Why? I mean, I had a mugshot. I've never done this. I've never been arrested before. Mugshot, fingerprinted.
Janet recently suffered a stroke. When she got out of the hospital, she was arrested a few days later, along with the 14-year-old's great-grandmother for endangering the welfare of a child.
I don't know. I'm just like, why are you doing this? We're grandparents. We're raising them.
Kyle DiNardo, chief of police for Palmyra, says a handful of teens are causing 60% of the issues, and the crimes have gone from violation offenses to misdemeanors, now felonies and burglaries.
In the last year, they've been involved in 30 incidents between the two of them. Both of them about 30 incidents. A lot of these we started with warnings, then they went to PINS referrals, then they went to juvenile arrests with notifications to their legal guardian saying that we can't deal with this, you could be faced consequences.
These are the only charges she's ever had. The only ones. And they can say whatever they want, but they're wrong.
The chief says it's sad it's gotten to this point.
We had to arrest legal guardians in hopes that will maybe curb this.
How was it for you arresting these grandparents? You have grandparents, right?
Correct. It was difficult.
He says he's not doing this to punish these grandparents. He's doing it to help them. And says parents are most likely at their wits' end. Officer Robert Lewis says there are available resources before someone gets hurt.
I have dealt with these two in particular and their group every single time I'm at work. And I try to mentor them.
They're in here videotaping social media, laughing about it, taking pictures. I'm about to be arrested, guys.
Janet says her grandchild has hopefully learned her lesson.
Her grandma being arrested, she didn't like that. She's very sorry, you know.
Marcia Augustin, News 10, NBC.
Going in depth now, here's the legal definition of endangering the welfare of a child in New York State. If you act knowingly in such a way that is likely to cause an injury to the mental state, physical, or moral welfare of a child. It's a Class A misdemeanor. If convicted, you could face up to a year in prison or 3 years probation.
Some of the parents don't understand and need a little explanation, and they want to know why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me?
We're not trying to do it to punish them. We're doing it more to, if you need help, reach out.
Law enforcement fed up with the repeat criminal activity of local teens. You already heard from a grandmother charged after her grandchild kept getting into trouble with police.
It's something other departments have also done, but not Rochester police. News 10 NBC's Marcia Augustin heard from Rochester's mayor. She also spoke to the chief of police in Gates, who says charging parents or guardians is a strategy that seems to be working. Marcia?
That's right, Nikki and Brett. Chief Long believes it's helping. He spoke with me about one instance since arresting a teen's parent and says that teen has been staying out of trouble.
It's just over and over again we're dealing with the same issues.
The same teens were coming and doing it over and over again, and they were stealing cars.
Chief Rob Long with the Gates Police Department says the department was seeing an uptick in the same teens that were running amok in the town of Gates, stealing and breaking into cars and other mischief. He says New York state law, the section of endangering the welfare of a child, allows for parents to be held accountable. So they've charged and arrested parents in the hopes this will help prevent these teens from becoming another statistic.
If we've dealt with a child and it's their first time, we understand that. Kids are going to be kids, teens are going to be teens. If it's 30 times, I mean, at that point, we're arresting somebody other than the teen, saying, hey, this is out of control.
Since arresting parents, Chief Long says he has seen a difference in some teens committing multiple crimes.
They had stopped. They didn't show back up because we never arrested them again, and we never had to deal with them. So maybe our arrest of both the kid and the parent, and finally the parent said, hey, enough. You know, you got me in trouble for your actions.
It's something the chief of Palmyra Police Department is dealing with, the same teens committing the same crimes. He says after months of warnings and not charging these teens, he's now at the point where they've had enough of the criminal mischief and arrested the grandparent and great-grandparent of a 14-year-old and 13-year-old.
They're just like, you can't do anything about it. I'm a juvenile. There's nothing you're going to do. We ran out of ideas. We've tried everything. I don't know if this will work. I hope it will.
Mayor Malik Evans says he's not there yet with police arresting parents.
That's I don't want to say draconian, but that's a tough step.
Mayor Evans says the first step would be to see how much you can work with parents in these challenging situations with their child. Gates PD and Palmyra say they don't take pleasure in arresting parents, and added there are resources available and they just want parents to ask parents to contact them if they need the help.
We've been getting emails, hey, why isn't Rochester doing this?
Right.
So Mayor says he's not ready for that yet.
Mayor Malik Evans says he's not there yet with police arresting parents.
That's I don't want to say draconian, but that's a tough step. But I'm not there yet where I'm going to start, charging and arresting parents because their kids are acting up. But I'm not there yet where I'm going to start, charging and arresting parents because their kids are acting up. But I'm not there yet where I'm going to start. That's I don't want to say draconian, but that's a tough step.